Hello everyone. So in this video we will be discussing important current affairs for the third week of the August month. Session will be quite interesting, and in this video a total of 16 important MCQs will be discussed. Also students, if you are new to our channel and haven't subscribed yet, do subscribe. It will be an important session and we are one-stop solution for current affairs. Welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas Rana. We are one-stop solution for current affairs. You can find our Crack Current Affairs course on our application exclusively for current affairs, where you will be getting daily, weekly and monthly current affairs on regular basis. You can use code VIKAS10 to get additional 10% discount while purchasing the course. This video is available both in English and Hindi. The timestamp for both English and Hindi are mentioned in the description of each video. You can contact us on the number provided or mail provided. Also follow us on Telegram and Instagram, and the link for the same is provided in the description of each video. Also students, we have started a new initiative that is of handwritten notes. It is helpful to understand the news daily, time saving and very useful for your revision. We aims to cover 15 questions via handwritten notes in upcoming bank exams. These handwritten notes are available on daily current affairs content PDF at our mobile application and website careerscloud.in. Only our Crack Current Affairs subscribers will be able to access these handwritten notes. A sample PDF of the handwritten notes will be available in the description. The first question is, which of the following points are correct with respect to the 78th Independence Day celebration organized by the Government of India? If we look at the options, all these three options are rightly mentioned here. PM of India Narendra Modi addressed the nation and delivered 11th consecutive Independence Day, and this is his third consecutive time that he became the PM of India. Then Punjab Regiment military band played the national anthem during the flag unfurling under Subedar Major Rajendra Singh. Next, which ministry has recently launched a digital geospatial platform named Krishi Decision Support System? So this Krishi Decision Support System was launched by Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. Correct? Apart from this, remember, on 23rd of August, what do we observe? We observe National Space Day, and this year in 2024, this is for the first time that it was declared that we will be observing on 23rd of August as the National Space Day. Right? Next, in August, the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare launched the Dash-based National Pest Surveillance System. So Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, they have launched artificial intelligence based, that is AI-based National Pest Surveillance System. This NPSS, National Pest Surveillance System, aims to reduce the farmers' dependence on the pesticide retailers and promote a scientific approach to the pest management. This AI tool, it will analyze the latest data on the pest and help the farmers and experts in the pest control and management. Next, which of the following points are correct with respect to the President Draupadi Murmu's visit to Fiji, New Zealand and Timor-Leste? If we look at the options, option A and option C are right, B is wrong. B is saying that India and Fiji signed a bilateral customs cooperation agreement to ease trade between the two countries. Is it correct? So no, it is India. And which country that has signed this cooperation or bilateral custom cooperation arrangement to ease trade between these two countries? It is between India and New Zealand, not Fiji, New Zealand. Now option B is right. Next, which country recently signed an MOU with Indian government to introduce UPI? So India and Maldives. So we can say Maldives recently signed an MOU with our India in order to introduce UPI in their country. Next remember, Ivory Coast, it became the 53rd party to join the United Nations Water Convention, also known as the Convention on the Protection and Use of Transboundaries Water Courses and International Lakes. Next, which country's Chamber of Accounts has recently signed an MOU with India's Comptroller and Auditor General of India to exchange auditing expertise? It is Uzbekistan. Right? Then apart from this, remember Saudi Arabia here. Saudi Arabia, or we can say United Nations Commission on the Status of Women, unanimously appointed Saudi Arabia to chair their 69th session that will be held in 2025. Next, who has been recently elected as the youngest Prime Minister of Thailand? That is Pantogran Shinawatra has been appointed as the youngest ever Prime Minister of Thailand, right? And she also became the Thailand, that is the second ever female Thailand Prime Minister. Apart from this, if we talk about Claudia Sheinbaum, right, she became the first female president of Mexico. I repeat, she became the first female president of Mexico. Next, which jersey number of India hockey team has officially retired from the national senior men's team in honor of the former Indian goalkeeper PR Srijesh? So PR Srijesh had jersey number 16, which has been officially retired by the Hockey India. He is also known as by the name God of Indian modern history, also known as the Wall of Indian hockey, and he's a goalkeeper, correct, and he has recently retired. He was honored with Padma Shri, that is the fourth highest civilian award, in 2017, and Major Dhyanchand Khel Ratan award in 2021. Next, which state has recently declared petroglyphs and geoglyphs in Ratnagiri as protected monuments? This is Maharashtra state. Take a note, this is important. Next, which bank has recently launched India-Singapore Connect in collaboration with CNBC TV18 initiative to strengthen the relationship between India and Singapore? That is DBS Bank, right? So DBS Bank India recently launched India-Singapore Connect in collaboration with CNBC TV18 initiative to strengthen the relationship between India and Singapore. And it marks DBS Bank's 30th anniversary in India since their operation in 1994. Next, which institute has recently set up a center for Narmada River Basin Management to conduct the condition assessment and management plan of Narmada River Basin? That is IIT Gandhinagar. Next, which of the following points are correct with respect to the proposals approved by Union Cabinet on 16th of August? If we look at the options A, B, C here, option A and B are right, C is wrong. C is saying that it also approved the development of two new civil enclaves at Bagdogra Airport in Bihar and Bhita Airport in West Bengal, right? But no, remember, it also approved of the development of the two new civil enclaves, right? But remember, they will be two new metro phases, two corridors of the metro phases, and these two corridors are for the metro, Bengaluru Metro Phase 3. Right. Apart from this, remember, as we are talking about here, Bagdogra Airport in Bihar and Bhita Airport in West Bengal. Remember, it is CCEA, that is Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs, chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, has also approved the development of the two new civil enclaves, that is at Bagdogra Airport, that is in Bihar. Is it correct? No, this is not in Bihar. Bagdogra Airport is in West Bengal, and Bhita Airport, it is in Bihar. So vice versa they are given, right? Now it is right. Next, which organization recent state report stated that India lost 33.9 million hectares of crops due to excess rain and additional 35 million hectare due to drought during 2015 to 2021? So it is World Economic Forum. They stated that because of the rainfall, excessive rainfall, India lost 33.9 million hectares of crops due to excessive rainfall and 35 million hectares of crops because of drought. And this data is between 2015 to 2021. Next, according to Periodic Labour Force Survey quarterly bulletin released by National Statistical Office, the unemployment rate in urban areas among persons aged 15 years and above was how much in April to June quarter of FY25? It was 6.6% in April to June quarter of FY25. Here the unemployment rate among males aged 15 years and above decreased to 5.8%, whereas in females the unemployment rate increased to 9%. Next, what was the denomination of the coin that was recently released to mark the birth centenary of former Tamil Nadu Chief Minister, that is former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Kalaigar M. Karunanidhi, and it is worth 100 rupees, right? This is the coin, this is the denomination of this coin. Then apart from this, remember, PM Narendra Modi also unveiled a commemorative stamp and a special 75 rupees coin during the inauguration of the new parliament building. Right. Apart from this, rupees 19 rupees coin was also launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi to commemorate 90 years of RBI. Next, which bank has recently launched Antardrishti Braille debit card for visually impaired customers? It is PNB, Punjab National Bank. Next, which airport has recently become the first Indian airport to achieve the status of net zero carbon emissions level 5 certification of the Airport Council International? It is Indira Gandhi International Airport. This is in New Delhi and it became the first airport in India to achieve the status of net zero carbon emission level 5 certification. Next, who has been recently appointed as the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Tamil Nadu Mercantile Bank Limited? So, who he will be? Sali Sukumaran Nair has been appointed as the new MD and CEO of Tamil Nadu Mercantile Bank. He will be succeeding whom? He will be succeeding Krishna Venkata Subramanya. Next, which of the following points are correct with respect to the 2024 Summer Olympic Games held in France from 26th of July to 11th of August? If we look at the options here, option A, in this option B and C are right, A is wrong, right? So option A is saying that India was ranked 71st in the medal tally with 5 medals, that is 1 silver, 4 bronze, and was ranked 71st. Is it correct? So absolutely right. It's just India secured or India got 6 medals, not 5 medals. And this 1 was silver and 5 were bronze. Right? Which is the country that secured the top position in medal tally? It is USA that secured the first position in medal tally. Next, name the Indian Coast Guard Director General who recently passed away in August. So Rakesh Pal is that Director General of Indian Coast Guard who recently passed away. He was awarded with Ati Vashist Seva Medal, Tatkraksh Medal and President's Tatkraksh Medal also. Next, which Indian Armed Force has recently partnered with Indian Air Force to carry out first of its kind precise para-drop operation of Arogya Maitri health cubes? So it is Indian Army. So force is being asked, it is Indian Army. And this, remember, Indian Air Force, it was along with Indian Air Force and Indian Army, they both carried out the first of its kind precision para-drop operation of these Arogya Maitri health cubes at an high altitude area close to 15,000 feet. And these critical trauma cubes have been indigenously developed under Project Bhishma. And if you remember, recently Prime Minister Narendra Modi was on a visit to Ukraine, and during which he also gifted these Bhishma Maitri cubes or these health cubes to those people there so that they can be used in the treatment. And basically these, under this Project Bhishma, what are these cubes? They can be set up very easily and can be used as a makeshift hospitals. Next, in August, DRDO handed over the authority holding sealed particulars of Dash munition to Directorate General of Quality Assurance. It is of Nippon, right? That is, the DRDO handed over the authority holding sealed particulars of Nippon munition to Director General of Quality Assurance, right? Next, which postal circle has recently released a special cover commemorating the achievement of Indian winners in 2024 Summer Olympic Games? It is Tamil Nadu, right? Tamil Nadu Postal Circle released a special commemorative coin for the achievements of the winners of India during the Paris Olympic Games. Next, which company has recently received a Competition Commission of India's nod, that is approval, to acquire stakes in Vodafone Shares Operation Limited? That is Accenture. So Accenture received the CCI approval to acquire stakes in Vodafone Shared Operations Limited. Next, which organization has recently signed an MOU with India Meteorological Department to improve access to weather information for climate vulnerable communities across India? That is RIL or Reliance Foundation, right? They have recently signed an MOU with IMD. Next, which Indian company is ranked 70th in the Forbes Cloud 100 2024 list? Name that company. It is Razorpay. Razorpay is Bengaluru, Karnataka based company and they stands at 70th position in the Forbes Cloud 100 2024 list. Which is the organization that stands on the first position? It is OpenAI. OpenAI, who is the Chief Executive Officer here? Sam Altman. Next, which family was ranked the first in the Barclays Private Clients Huron India Most Valuable Family Business List of 2024? So what is that family? It is Ambani family. They secured the top position here, correct? And their valuation was 2 lakh or 25 lakh 75,100 crore rupees. Then second was Bajaj family. Then third was Birla family. Next, which of the following points are correct with respect to the revised regulations for NBFC peer-to-peer lending? So if we look at the options here, which are correct, so option A and C are right here. B is wrong. B is saying that RBI has imposed a setting cap on the aggregate exposure of lender to all the borrowers through P2P platform, restricting it to 20 lakh rupees. Is it correct? So remember, the restriction has been to not 20 lakh rupees but 50 lakh rupees. Right? Rest option A, B, C now all are correct. Next is, which bank has recently introduced a special edition of Vijay fixed deposits to celebrate India's 78th Independence Day? It is RBL Bank. This is the bank that has introduced special edition by the name Vijay fixed deposits to celebrate India's 78th Independence Day. This will offer 8.85% per annum interest for super senior citizens, 8.6% for senior citizens, and 8.1% for regular customers. Next, which of the following are correct with respect to the 70th National Film Awards? If we look at the options, option B and option C are right. A is saying the Malayalam film Atam, that is the play directed by Anand Arkashi, has awarded with the Best Non-Feature Film Award. Absolutely right. Right? Is it correct? So no. Remember here, which is that film? That is Malayalam film Atam has been awarded with the Best Feature Film, not Non-Feature Film. It has been awarded with the Best Feature Film. Next, who has been recently appointed as the permanent representative of India to the United Nations in New York, USA? So, P. Harish, he has been appointed as India's UN permanent representative of India to United Nations, and he will be succeeding whom? He will be succeeding Ruchira Kamboj. Correct? She was the first woman to become India's ambassador to the United Nations. Next, who has recently taken charge as the Director General of Employees State Insurance Corporation? Ashok Kumar Singh. If we talk about Tapan Kumar Deka, remember ACC headed by PM Narendra Modi appointed or has given 1 year extension to the Director of Intelligence Bureau, that is Tapan Kumar Deka. Next is, which country successfully handed its first low Earth orbit synthetic aperture radar satellite in August 2024? It is UAE, right? And here remember Bayant and Yashat, right? They together make sure that they together work together to launch this low Earth orbit synthetic aperture radar satellite of UAE, that is an Earth observation satellite. Next, name the former Director General of CSIR who recently passed away. Grish Sahani, right? He is the former Director General of CSIR who recently passed away. Next, which state forest department has recently partnered with Zoological Survey of India to tag horseshoe crabs? It is Odisha state, right? And horseshoe crabs are one of the oldest living creatures on earth. Next, in which country will the Women's T20 World Cup will be held from 3rd to 20th of October 2024? That is UAE, right? Next, which organization has recently partnered with the Commonwealth Scientific and Industrial Research Organization, that is CSIRO, to launch the Climate Smart Agritech cohort of the Indian Australia Rapid Innovation and Startup Expansion, that is RISE Accelerator program? That is from India, it is AIM, Atal Innovation Mission, and it is an arm of, or we can say this is a Niti Aayog. This Atal Innovation Mission, it is backed by whom? It is backed by Niti Aayog. So Niti Aayog along with CSIRO, this is of Government of Australia, right? They together partner to launch this RISE Accelerator program. So right option here becomes option 3. If Niti Aayog is given, then also the right option will become Niti Aayog. Next is, which of the following points are correct with respect to recently constituted 6 new parliamentary committees for 2024 to 2025 by Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla? Right, so Om Birla launched 6 new parliamentary committees. If we look at the options here, option A and option B are right, option C is wrong. Option C is saying that the Committee on the Welfare of Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribes will be chaired by Baijant Panda, BJP Lok Sabha MP from Mandla, Madhya Pradesh. Is it correct? So remember, this Committee on the Welfare of Scheduled Caste, this will be chaired by Ganesh Singh, not Baijant Panda. It will be chaired by Ganesh Singh. He is a BJP MP from Madhya Pradesh. Correct? Next, Which company has recently partnered with Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution and SIDBI to transform fair price shops into Jan Poshan Kendras? That is Udan. Udan is the name of the company. They have partnered with Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution and basically along with SIDBI in order to transform the fair price shops. And these price shops, this is a pilot project that where these fair price shops will be transformed into Jan Poshan Kendras, and 60 such fair price shops will be transformed under this pilot project. And which are the states where these pilot project will be launched? It is Rajasthan, UP, Telangana and Gujarat. Next, which organization has recently launched a new UPI Circle feature on UPI platform to enable the primary UPI account holders to delegate payment responsibilities to trusted secondary users securely? Which is it? It is NPCI, National Payment Corporation of India. Next, who has been recently awarded the National Geoscience Award 2023 for lifetime achievement? Right option is Dheeraj Mohan Banerjee. Next, which of the following points are correct with respect to the recent appointments approved by ACC? If we look at the options here, all the options are rightly mentioned, right? So all three are correct. Next, who has been recently appointed as the Secretary General of the Indian Ocean Rim Association Secretariat for a 3-year term starting from January 2025? So Sanjeev Ranjan. He has been appointed as the Secretary General of Indian Ocean Rim Association Secretariat and he will be in this position for the next 3 years. Next, name the former Meghalaya Chief Minister who passed away in August. So, Salsang Chada Marak, right? He is the former Chief Minister of Meghalaya from 1993 to 1998 who recently passed away at the age of 83 in Meghalaya. Next, when was World Sanskrit Day observed across the globe to promote Sanskrit, one of the India's most ancient languages? So it is 19th of August we observe World Sanskrit Day, also known as International Sanskrit Day or Sanskrit Divas or Vishwa Samskrita Dina, right? It is observed on the full moon, right? Remember this day. It is observed on the full moon of the Hindu calendar, that is basically the Shravan or Savan month, right? And in 2024 it is observed on 19th of August. For the first time it was observed in 1969. In 2023 it was 31st of August and in 2025 it will be 9th August. Next, who has recently released the book titled World of Vaccinology 2024? So Arif Mohammad Khan, right, has released the book titled World of Vaccinology 2024. Next, which of the following points are correct with respect to SEBI's new guidelines for borrowing Category 1 and Category 2 alternative investment funds? If we look at them, option A and option C are right, B is wrong. B is saying that SEBI mandated all Category 1 and Category 2 AIFs to maintain 15 days cooling off period between two periods of borrowing as permissible under AIF regulation. So no, it is not 15 days, but actually it is 30 days. Also remember, between these, remember, such borrowing can happen for not more than 4 times in a year and they must not exceed 10% of the investable fund. Right? Moving on. Next, which of the following points are correct with respect to the recently released framework for self-regulatory organization SROs in financial market? If we look at the options, all these 3 options are rightly mentioned. Next, according to RBI, overseas Indians have deposited nearly how much amount into non-resident or NRI deposit schemes in the first quarter of FY25? So RBI's overseas Indians have deposited nearly $4 billion into NRI deposit scheme in the first quarter of FY25. Next, which bank has recently received RBI's approval to set up a wholly owned subsidiary to undertake the asset management business of mutual funds? It will be your IndusInd Bank, right? And RBI's approval is subject to additional conditions that the bank must meet through the specificities of which have not been disclosed yet. And new asset management company will handle the mutual fund operation and benefit from an equity infusions by the bank. Also, if we talk about HDFC Bank here, they have secured $500 million funding from IFC to support the underserved women borrowers. Next, which company has recently launched their ITFS platform, that is M1NXT, in GIFT City? So which is it? It is MyEnd IFSC Private Limited. They have launched their ITFS platform M1NXT in GIFT City. Also remember, IndusInd Bank, they became the first bank to participate in the export financing transactions on the M1NXT ITFS platform. This platform will allow the MSMEs to access global financing services, and with the help of this, they can contact the foreign institutions where they can opt for lending by them, and that will help them to grow. Next, which country received approval from India in August 2024 for an additional export of 251 megawatt of power from 12 hydropower projects? It is Nepal. Next, which company has recently become the 5th Indian startup to achieve unicorn status in 2024? Which is it? It is Ether. This is an electric vehicle manufacturer company. It is Bengaluru, Karnataka based, and they have recently become the 5th Indian startup to achieve the unicorn status. Earlier 4 are Perfios, Krutrim, Porter and Rapido. Next, which of the following points are correct with respect to the Indian visit to Malaysia? Indian visit of Malaysian Prime Minister Dato Seri Anwar bin Ibrahim from 19 to 21st of August 2024. If we look at the options, option A and B are right, C is wrong. C is saying that Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced that India plans to integrate the UPI with Malaysia's national payment network, PayU. Is it correct? So no, this is not PayU, but this is PayNet. This is the Malaysia's payment network, national payment network, PayNet, by which India's UPI will be incorporated. So now it is option C is also right. Next, which of the following portals have been recently launched by Ministry of Power to enhance power sector efficiency? Which is it? So which of the following portals have been launched by the Ministry of Power to enhance power sector efficiency? Tell me, which is the right option? So all 3 of them are right here. Correct? That is your prompt, DRPIS and Jal Vidyut DPR. All 3 of them has been launched. Next, which ministry has recently launched a building and other construction workers management information system portal? So which ministry launched it? It was launched by Ministry of Labor and Employment. Option 2. Next, which bank has recently launched the Neo for Merchants mobile app in partnership with Visa and Mintalk? So which bank has launched this Neo for Merchants mobile application? It was launched by Axis Bank. Also remember, Axis Bank was the first bank in IFSC that provided the fixed deposit in US dollars. Next, who has been recently rated A+ for the 2nd consecutive year in the Central Bank Report Card 2024 by Global Finance? So this is Global Finance that released this Central Bank Report Card, and Shaktikant Das, that is the 25th governor of RBI, he became the person to receive the A+ rating for the 2nd consecutive time here. Apart from this, Christian Kettle Thompson, the Royal Governor of the Bank of Denmark, as well as Thomas Jordan, the chairperson of the Swiss National Bank, they also received the A+ rating here. Next, who has been recently appointed as the interim chairman of the Airport Authority of India as an additional charge? So M. Suresh, right? He has been appointed as the interim chairman of Airport Authority of India as an internal charge. He will succeed whom? He will be succeeding Sanjeev Kumar. Next, when was the first ever National Space Day observed across India to commemorate Chandrayaan-3 landing on the moon? So first ever National Space Day on 23rd of August in 2024, right? This is the first time that we observe this. This is the inaugural edition, and last year Prime Minister Narendra Modi dedicated 23rd of August as the National Space Day to commemorate the ISRO's success, that is Chandrayaan-3 success. That's all for the day, friends. Now let's move to some revision part that will be very beneficial in your learning. Next, in June, the 8th edition of the maritime exercise was held between Indian Navy and Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force at Japan. So what is the name of that exercise? It is JIMEX. JIMEX here stands for Japan India Maritime Exercise. right? And this is the 8th edition of the GIMEX exercise that was held in Japan. Next, Indian Navy recently launched Dash MCA barge at Vinayaga Marine Petrol Limited, Maharashtra, which was built by Seacon Engineering Limited. So what is the name of that MCA barge? It is LSAM 13, Yard 81. Right, this is the name of that MCA barge. Correct, that was developed by Seacon Engineering Limited. Next, the Indian Navy has received India's first indigenous man-portable suicide drone Dash, which is designed and developed by Economics Explosive Limited. So what is the name of it? It is Nagastra 1. This is the name of the India's first indigenous man-portable suicide drone. Right, so this is a drone. We can say this is a UAV. Right, we can say it no, because UAV is unmanned aerial vehicle. It is a suicide drone, so we will call it as a UCAV. Right, that is unmanned combat aerial vehicle, because it will be used for the defense purpose, or it will be used for your attacking purpose. Next, name the intercontinental ballistic missile that was recently tested by United States Air Force Global Strike Command and US Space Force Guardians from the Vandenberg Space Force Station in California, USA. So what is the name of that intercontinental ballistic missile? It is named as Minuteman 3. Right, take a note of this. Moving on, which company has recently secured DRDO's contract to develop underwater launched unmanned aerial vehicle? So which is that company that has secured the DRDO's contract for this underwater unmanned aerial vehicle? This is Sagar Defense Engineering Private Limited. This is the company, right? And this is Pune, Maharashtra based company that has received the contract from DRDO for this unmanned underwater launched aerial vehicle. Next, which company has recently received a request for proposal from the Ministry of Defense for 156 Prachand light combat helicopters worth 45,000 crore rupees? It is Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, that is HAL. Correct? And the estimate cost for 156 Prachand light combat helicopters will be 45,000 crore rupees. Next, which country has recently launched Unmanned System Forces, the world's first military force dedicated to harnessing the power of unmanned warfare? It is Ukraine. Right, Ukraine is the country that has launched Unmanned System Forces, that is the world's first military force dedicated to harnessing the power of unmanned warfare. Next, which of the following forces has recently launched the first skin bank facility in New Delhi for advanced care of the personals and families? All those army personals, because of any attack or any incident, if their skin is get damaged, right, to help them, Armed Force Medical Services, AFMS, they have set up this in their facility. This new skin bank has been set up, right, at their headquarters at AFMS. Skin bank, this is the first of its kind skin bank facility in New Delhi. Question asked is that which force has launched this? It has been launched by Indian Army. And where is this located? At the headquarters of Armed Force Medical Service. Next, which of the following has recently signed an MOU with the Military College of Telecommunication Engineering to advance collaboration in next generation wireless technologies for the Indian Army? It is what? What is the right option here? It is Society for Applied Microwave Electronics Engineering and Research, that is SAMEER. Next, with which company Ministry of Defense recently signed a contract to design and develop a miniaturized satellite capable of carrying payloads up to 150 kilograms for the Indian Air Force? It is Space Pixel Technologies Private Limited, and it is being awarded as the first ever IDEX Prime Space Satellite Grant under the Mission Defense Space Open Challenges. And this marks 350th contract under the IDX initiative, that is the flagship program of the Ministry of Defense. Next, in June, Dr. Samir V. Kamath, the chairman of DRDO, handed over what to the Rear Admiral Brijesh Vasishtha, the Director General of Naval Armament Inspection of Indian Navy, at a ceremony in New Delhi. So, Dr. Samir V. Kamath, the chairman of DRDO, he handed over medium range microwave obscured chef rocket. Correct? Next, name the high speed expandable aerial target that is by heat that recently completed 6 consecutive development trials successfully by DRDO. This is Abhyas. Abhyas is the high speed expandable aerial target that has completed 6 consecutive development trials by DRDO. So these were your defense related. Now let's move to science and technology related questions. First is, name the multi-mission communication satellite that was recently launched at the Shenzhen Satellite Launch Center in China using the Long March 3B carrier rocket. This is ParkSat MM1. Correct? So China, they have successfully launched Pakistan's multi-mission communication satellite that is named ParkSat MM1, and it was launched using Long March 3B carrier rocket. Next, name the China National Space Administration lunar probe that has recently made a soft landing on the moon's far side to collect and return samples. It is Chang'e 6. Right? So CNSA. Correct? They have made a soft landing on the moon's far side to collect the return samples. Next, which organization has recently developed the computational fluid dynamics software named Pravaha? Pravaha stands for Parallel Lens Solver for Aerospace Vehicle Aerothermodynamic Analysis. So this Pravaha software, correct, has been developed by whom? It has been developed by ISRO. Correct, and this was developed to basically test the thermodynamics of various projects or various satellites, right, rockets, and so on, and it is a software. Next, name the satellite that was recently launched by European Space Agency to study the role of clouds and aerosols in Earth's climate. This is EarthCare, right? This is the name of the satellite that was launched by European Space Agency to study the role of the clouds and aerosols in the Earth's climate. Next, which space company's Starliner spacecraft lifted off to space on its maiden voyage to the International Space Station with 2 National Aeronautics and Space Administration's astronauts, that is Butch Wilmore and Sunita Williams. And I told you that these 2 astronauts are still stuck in International Space Station, and it is expected that they will be returning in 2025 because of some technical issues, right? So it is also a big thing now. Coming back, so which space company's Starliner spacecraft lifted off space on its maiden voyage to the International Space Station along with the 2 astronauts of NASA? It is Boeing. Next, name the new satellite mission that is set to be launched in 2025 by ISRO with the collaboration of France CNES. It is Trishna. Right? What does Trishna stands for? Thermal Infrared Imaging Satellite for High Resolution Nature Resource Assessment. Correct? This is a collaborative endeavor between CNES and ISRO. Next, name the launch vehicle developed by SpaceX that has recently completed the first full flight returning to Earth, followed by a soft splashdown of the booster in the Gulf of Mexico and spacecraft in Indian Ocean. This is your Starship. Next, recently in June, the IAU, that is International Astronautical Union, has named 3 newly discovered craters on Mars by Physical Research Laboratory, that is a unit of the Department of Space. The biggest crater of the 3 is named after which cosmic ray physicist? It has been named after whom? It has been named after Professor Devendra Lal. Right? Then 3 craters, they are Lal crater, Mursan crater, and Hilsa crater. This Lal crater after Professor Devendra Lal. Mursan crater, this is the name of a town in Uttar Pradesh, and Hilsa, this is the town in Bihar. Next, which company has recently received the approval from InSpace, that is Indian National Space Promotion and Authorization Center, for secured landing rights and market access to operate satellites above India? So which is it? It is Orbits Connect India. Orbit Connect India, this is the name of the company that received the approval from InSpace for secured landing rights and market access to operate satellites above India. Next, which university has recently installed a global navigation satellite system receiver and space weather laboratory at its campus in collaboration with NARL, that is National Atmospheric Research Laboratory of ISRO? That is Manav Rachna University, that is located in New Delhi. Next, which foundation has recently launched the first of its kind innovation lab for eye care in India? That will be Sankara Eye Foundation. Next, China, they successfully launched the Space Variable Objects Monitor through the Long March 2C carrier rocket at the Shenzhen Satellite Launch Center in southwest China. This project was led by CNSA and DASH, that is China National Space Administration, and by whom? So it was led by CNES and CNSA. CNES, that is your Central National Space, this is of which country? It is of CNES, is of France, and China National Space Administration is of China. Right? Next, what is the name of ISRO's reusable launch vehicle that successfully completed its third autonomous landing experiment on 23rd of June 2024? It is Pushpak. Right? Pushpak is the name of the ISRO's reusable launch vehicle that has recently completed their third autonomous landing experiment on 23rd of June. Next, what is the name of the satellite that NASA successfully launched in June, which represents the fourth and the final satellite in the series of advanced weather satellites for National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration? It is GOES-U. This is the name of the satellite that NASA launched. Next, which organization has recently launched a launch service agreement with Space Machines Company to launch the second Optimus spacecraft, that is the largest Australian designed and built spacecraft weighing 450 kilograms? It is NSIL, New Space India Limited. This is the commercial arm of ISRO. So that's all for the day, friends. Now let's move to some revision part that will be beneficial in your learning. Next, Government of India and World Bank, they have recently signed a dash amount agreement to construct the Green National Highway Corridor project. So Government of India and World Bank, they have recently signed a $500 million agreement to construct Green National Highway Corridor project. And the project aims to deploy a safe and green highway using green technologies and climate resilience technologies. Next, which of the following entities has recently received fit and proper certificate from RBI for the acquisition of the Industrial Development Bank of India Limited? It will be both ANC, Emirates NDB and Kotak Mahindra Bank. They have recently received the fit and proper certificate from RBI for the acquisition of the IDBI Limited. Next, who has been recently reappointed as the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Unity Small Finance Bank? So Indrajit Kamotra has been reappointed as the MD and CEO of Unity Small Finance Bank, and he will be here for another 2 years. Next, if we talk about Anuj Tyagi, remember HDFC Ergo General Insurance Company, they have appointed Anuj Tyagi as their Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer with effect from 1st of July 2024.